Hey guys, Gerald Richardson here. So this is a part three, or not part three, but the third video of the series of me going back, um, reviewing some of my past flips. I was asked to go over some of the numbers and review some of them for you guys. So this is the third video in the series. So let's get started. All right, so this is a flip that we did in Garner, North Carolina. So we're looking at a house, a 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath house, about 1,500 square foot on a quarter of an acre. And this house was built in 1993. The way I came across this house was through a wholesaler. I bought it through a wholesaler. Um, so our wholesaler reached out to me, asked me if I was interested in this house. And of course I told him, yeah, I was. And we went out there, looked at it. This house actually had tenants in it. So even as part of the pictures, you will see the tents inside the house. But yeah, and the issues. So the challenges I had with this particular project was first it was because they had tenants in the house. The seller wasn't communicating well with the tenants, and they did not know that the seller was actually selling the house. So they were kind of surprised when I showed up with the wholesaler to look at the house. And when I did close on the house, so I told the wholesaler and the seller that I wanted the house vacant when I did purchase it, and they agreed to that. And what I failed to do was to verify that the tenants were out of the house when I did close. So that was that was on me. That's something I should have done before we actually closed on the house. But what happened was the tenants were still there. After I closed on the house, I spoke with them and I gave them an extra 2 weeks to move out. Of course, that went into our time, our project time. So, and they did move out. They didn't trash the place too much. They did leave all their trash inside the house that I had to clean out. But they didn't do as much damage as thankfully as other investors have encountered with tenants that were forced to move out. All right, so that's one of the challenges with this project. So you see here with this house, what we did was the vinyl was actually in great shape. We just power washed it. We put a new roof in. This garage door was actually in bad shape, and you can't really see here, but they actually kept the garage door open because it really couldn't come down. So we had to replace the garage door and the garage door opener. We painted the shutters a different color. You can see here that this actually this little post actually fell down. You can't really tell in this picture, but it was actually not attached to the porch. So we had to redo the porch, or not, we had to repair this and reattach it to the porch. Let's see what else we did here. Yeah, and that's the front, and here's the back. The deck. So during this time, so this was actually earlier. Was it? Well, when we did this project, the cost of lumber was really high. So instead of us rebuilding this deck, we just we repair it as much as we could. So what we ended up doing was we replaced the picket, replaced some of the boards, the deck boards. We replaced these, the top boards, with new wood, and the rest of the wood we kept in place. So that helped us and saved some money as far as the lumber costs for repairing the deck. Out here we replaced the roof. Let's see what else we did. Yeah, and that's pretty much on the back. So here's the inside of the living room. You can see here the tenant stuff was here. It was kind of messy, but let's see what we did here. So of course we repainted the room. We removed the popcorn ceiling, and we put new floors in. Here's the dining room, and these are the tenants. Of course, I have their identity covered. But here's the dining room. What we did in the dining room is we did the wood, paint, So initially we planned on, so there were like two windows that were damaged. Um, One window we're able to replace the glass pane, but the other window was more of a seal issue that the seal has failed. Um, but during this time, and of course, right now through COVID, a lot of logistical issues are still were starting to pop up where um, Windows would Windows the order in Windows would have delayed the project even more, several weeks or even several months. So what we ended up doing was when we sold the house with the windows as is, with that one particular glass pane was repaired, but the rest of the windows we sold it as is, and we just we let the buyer know about the issue with the other window. Um, so so that was that. See, here's the kitchen. So what I like to do with the kitchens, if the cabinets are in good shape, I try to refurbish them and reuse them. However, with these cabinets, because they were very cheaply made, and a lot of the bottoms were in bad shape, we end up having to just replace all the cabinets. So we replaced all the cabinets. We put new countertops in, quartz countertops, new floors, new appliances. We put a built-in microwave here. So that's what we end up doing in the kitchen. So here's a view of the kitchen looking out towards the breakfast nook and into the living room. You can see that the tenants did have dogs there in their cage. And this is actually one of the tenants sitting right here in the breakfast nook. See what else we did. Yeah, we in the breakfast nook we put new light fixtures here. Here's the master bathroom. So when the tenants left, they actually left this huge master or this bedroom stuff in this master bathroom. So it took some effort for us to get this downstairs. Well, we actually had to take it apart and get it downstairs and put it in a dumpster. So that was another gift that the tenants left for us. And here's the master bathroom vanity. So what we end up doing here, we end up putting new vanity, new sink, new tops. We end up toweling the floors, and we end up putting new toweling in the shower. Oh, before I get to the finished product, another thing that happened with this house was that so when we purchase houses, we like to go ahead and get the utilities turned on and into either my name or my company's name. So it helps with the transition. With this particular property, the main water shutoff valve actually failed. So when the water was turned on, there was a massive leak in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. So that ended up causing even more of a delay in our project, in that we had to get the house, all the damage removed, and let the house pretty much dry out. So that added another several weeks into the project, and in order to fix that, and also make sure that there was no new mold that grew because of this. So we had it remediated before we could even start on the renovations. So that was another issue, or another lessons learned. Well, I don't know if it was a lesson learned, but the fact that the main water shutoff valve failed. Because when we turn on the water, we want that valve to be the main wire turn off, so it wouldn't cause a leak to the house. If I had known that was an issue, I wouldn't have gotten the water turned on until that was fixed. But in hindsight, that's one of the things that we run to in real estate investments. We run to challenges like that, and we just have to figure out how to overcome it. So with that issue, that just ended up further delaying our project. All right, so this is what it looked like. Again, this is what we did to the property. New paint. We paint the porch. Paint the porch. Repair this post. New roof. New garage door. We painted and we painted the shutters. So it came out pretty well. And the window that we did repair was over here. It was this window that we replaced the glass pane. In the backyard, you can see here, even though it does look new, but I'm telling you, it's not a new deck. Like I said, we replaced some of the deck boards, but most of that was already intact. The frame of the deck was still intact, but we replaced the pickets and the boards, or the top boards up here too. It looked like it was new, but it's not new. It was just, we repair it and save what we could as far as the price of lumber. And back here, power wash the siding, and we put in the roof. And we paint this door here. We painted both of the doors. Oh, and we also put new light fixtures here too. And we did some, and put some mulch down too. So, and that's pretty much it here. Inside, you see here, it's a stage, but this is what we did. We put new luxury vinyl planks, new paint. We sprayed the popcorn ceilings. We put in new light fixtures here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it with this room, the living room. Here's the same view. Here's the living room in a different view. You kind of see here. Here's a breakfast nook too. We put in new light fixtures here. That was pretty nice. New paint. So here's the dining room area. You can kind of see here. Here's where I was talking about the issue with the window, where the seal has failed, and you can kind of see it's kind of fogging right there. So again, we let the buyer, all the prospective buyers know about that issue, and that we were selling this windows as is. The rest of the stuff, it was renovated or touched or updated. It was just because of logistical issues. It was a challenge to get new windows in at a decent amount of time. So here we got new light fixtures here, new floors, new paint. And here's the kitchen. So this is probably the most drastic transformation as far as the kitchen that we did. Again, we put in new cabinets. We put in these new quart countertops, and we put in this new hexagon backsplash, hexagon tile backsplash. But it actually kind of added to the dramatic effect of this kitchen that a lot of the buyers or people who looked at the house really comment on that, and they really like that part of this project. New stove, new microwave. We even put a new dishwasher too as well as new sinks, new plumbing fixtures. There's another view of the kitchen as you look into the breakfast nook here. And here's the master bedroom. New carpet, paint, made a world difference with this bedroom. And here's the master bath. So like I said, we put new cabinets, new sinks, new tops, new mirrors, new light fixtures. We tile in the floor, and we put new tile in the shower enclosure. And then again, we had to do that. So when we had to replace all the damage from the water in this bathroom, we replaced pretty much everything in this bathroom, and we decided to go another level higher, to make the bathroom even better. So that's part of the flip. All right, so the numbers again. I bought this from a wholesaler with a purchase price of $169. Bought this with a hard money loan with 10% down. The loan fee came out to be $6,904, and that was the service fee and the points that the lender charged. My other expenses, again, that was with the prorated insurance and taxes, and the lender fees came about to be about $2,448. My total cash at close that I brought to the table was $26,412. We actually came in just below our budget for renovations at $39,000. Our holding costs was a little bit more than expected at $5,350, and again, that's because we were delayed with the tenants that was still there, and again delay again by the issue with the main water shutoff valve. So holding costs came out a little bit more than what we initially thought was what we're going to have. We ended up selling this for $315,000. So what happened was When we put this on the market, we listed it at $285,000. We received several offers, and we ended up selling it for $30,000 more than our asking. So, we ended up doing very well with this project. No concessions. Closing costs came out to be $8,130, and that was mostly the buyer's agent commission. Profit overall, we ended up making $84,000 on this flip, which came out to be about 36% on the return on investment. Or if you just look at the cash, we made 264% on the cash that we used. And that's pretty much this project, guys. If you have any questions, comment below and let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I talk to you guys later. All right.